Alright guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, I think we ran out of Starfall videos with badly translated stuff. Mostly. There's still some left, but mostly we're done. So while I was going through YouTube and recommendations and stuff, this popped up. It's from a channel I've never seen before. It's oh boy. BeBeau builds, I think, I hope. And it's called I Made a Knife from Instructions that were translated 100 times. That sounds cool as hell. And chaotic as hell. So I'm gonna watch that. Okay, as always, a link to the original video is down in the description. Make sure you subscribe to him. You know what? There you go. So, let's get started. Here we go.
First instruction, assembling the sword.
Wait, what? If you read the title of this video, then you know I'm not supposed to be making a sword. That's not my fault though. I'm just following instructions. It just happens that those instructions were translated through 100 different languages.
Let's do the first instruction here. Draw the shape of a sword on a piece of paper to make sure it is correct size. Leave enough room for your hand to cut out the example. Seems self-explanatory enough. There's nothing too crazy about that.
Yeah. That actually isn't too crazy. And luckily, the first instruction didn't get messed up that bad, minus the fact that it's a sword now. So let's move on to the next one.
Now, our next step, simple drawing. Yes, simple drawing.
I mean, going from... Let me make the sound a bit... Tone it down a bit on my headphones. I mean, going from knife to sword, that's not that bad. Especially if it's like a short sword, differences between short sword and knife. Come on, that's so far so good.
Or drawing board to transfer the shape onto sheet metal. Carefully cut out the shape with a power saw or angle grinder, then make a rough edge on the outline. That'll make for a good sword. Drawing board. Is that like a
Use a
whiteboard?
marker or drawing board.
As clipboard. This is like a clipboard.
Okay. Now things are a little messed up.
Perfect.
Trace the template onto your steel stock with a permanent marker or scribe.
Here we go.
Power saw or angle grinder. Thank God that translated properly.
Use a hacksaw or angle grinder to roughly cut out the shape. Stay on the outside of your lines and leave room for final shaping.
Then make a rough edge on the outline. So I have to rough up that. Does that mean like serrations?
This might be a good time to mention, I don't know what the original instructions are, and I have no idea what I'm making. So I'm trying to follow this to a T, no matter how messed up it gets.
Okay.
Very, very rough.
Yeah. But it also looks kind of cool. They look stylish.
Oh, that feels...
Yeah, that looks like a torture device. What?
Really bad.
Hey, it did some damage.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a DIY machete from some zombie apocalypse game.
Okay, take a moment.
Okay.
Hold the knife.
How long is the moment?
Then quickly remove it with a spatula or flat file. Okay.
What?
Now we're starting to make no sense. What
Here
knife?
we go.
Then quickly remove it from what? I guess this is kind of like a long knife, or... Okay. Hold.
The knife for... What?
Quickly removed with a file. Okay. Should I try and make it make sense with what we just did? Is like... that it didn't have anything to do with this. Quickly remove it. Oh, it's so loud.
Is that a necessary step?
The knife? I'm gonna assume
We cannot get our sword done without that.
I don't know what the fuck this knife had to do with anything, but...
Wipe it with a
place the
cotton
container
cloth.
in water, but do not rinse it. Do not rinse it. What is the container? This doesn't make
The
any
container?
sense. Okay, I'm starting to get frustrated. What do you mean?
Here's what it means. Shape the profile. Clamp the blade securely in a vise and use a belt grinder or hand file to refine the profile, working carefully down to your traced line. Keep the blade cool by frequently dipping it in water to avoid hardening the edges permanently. Okay, maybe I can see how it got there.
I don't know how to do that. We have to put this into a container and then put it in water, but don't rinse it. Why? Wait,
Bro,
why?
the whole, but
This is
do not
technically a
rinse it.
container.
What?
Clean the area, all right?
That's always a good thing to do.
That's what Barney said. Clean. Use a caliper to mark the center of the line or the beginning of the key. Mark the center or the beginning of the
What?
key. I don't know what the beginning of the key means.
What key? First we had
Okay, this started
a knife,
so
then we had a
well.
sword, now we have a
Look at how much
key.
progress we made. Now, none of these instructions are making any sense. Use a square or cutter to make a square. It uses the word cutter, so I assume it wants me to cut a square design into here. Use a square. This is a square, because the other one says use a caliper to mark the center. I would assume the square needs
I love how it says use a square to make a square. Yay.
to be on the center of the sword. Okay, I'm trying to think what this would even mean. The steps of making
Just looking at the background with all the stuff he has, he's like every home improvement dad's wet dream, bro. He has everything.
the sword, we should grind like an edge, right? That's what I assume the center line is for. What the fuck are we doing?
That is a great question, BeBeau. You're actually not too far off on what it's supposed to mean.
Okay, let's use this. This is a cutter. Cutter? I hardly know her.
Haha, good one. Let me read you the original. Grind the bevels. Mark a center line or use calipers to mark where the main bevel will go. Use a grinder or filing jig to create the bevels. There's actually a little more here, but I didn't read it yet, so we'll get to that when we get to that.
So, oh, I missed an important part. Uh-oh. I should have kept reading. It said, to avoid damage, pull the knife to a depth of 25 centimeters from the clean surface. Oh, because we cleaned this.
Ah.
That was my bad.
Here's the rest. Grind the edge to about the thickness of a dime.
I think doing it while it's floating in the air is a little bit more dangerous, especially with the sparks flying here.
Before heat treating to prevent warping.
Oh, great. Oh my god. The next instruction is create a black hole.
Oh, that seems a bit high level.
I don't know how to make a black hole. But assuming that that has to do with the rest of this, I think I'm gonna drill a hole in here and then color it black.
Step 5. Drill pinholes.
Okay.
There's the whole part. Gonna Sharpie.
At this point, we are so far off. We should have a completed kitchen knife minus the tempering and final edge work.
Very good. Okay. I honestly have no idea what that would have meant. Okay, show the color.
Show the...
It's black.
See, proof
Drill
that
a
you
large
actually
hole through the center of a Phillips
created a
head
black hole.
screwdriver. Okay. Well, that
Wait.
obviously-
Drill a large hole through the center of a Phillips head... Wait. You want to draw a... To drill a hole into a screwdriver. What?
It has nothing to do with this. Phillips head screwdriver.
Okay,
What
time to waste
is the
screwdriver.
center? Does it mean center this way? Is it center this
I
way?
would, yeah, I would say it's, from here. That's how I would see it.
Determine where the handle pins
Yeah.
will go and mark them. Use a drill press to slowly drill holes through the tang handle section of the
Okay.
blade.
I really hope that that has something to do with literally anything. I'm still waiting for this to fucking do anything.
Probably not.
We're devolving really fast. Oh, take a few steel rings. Take a few steel rings. Okay.
And
these
how
are
much
kinda like
is-
rings, they have holes in
and
them,
how
right?
much is a
This
few?
simple process is responsible for the formation, tempering, and hardening of the steel, as well as its hardness and strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes
What?
sense.
Harden!
yeah, it's heat treatment. This critical step involves normalizing, hardening, and tempering the steel to make it strong and durable.
Blacksmiths don't want you to know this trick.
Yeah, dude, blacksmiths don't want you to know this trick. Forging. Forging? We've already got the shape, there's no need to forge it. The base is shaped into a dark cherry. Stainless steel with a
dark cherry.
770 degrees Celsius. Then cooled to room temperature. This reduces the pressure on the steel. I assume this is the base, and we need it to look like a cherry.
Dark.
I think
a dark cherry.
And then hammer on it.
Normalizing.
A dark
Heat the blade
cherry.
to a non-magnetic cherry red temperature around 770 degrees Celsius for sample steels.
Oh, it's getting...
Wait, how did we go from cherry red to dark cherry? What is a dark cherry?
I don't know if it's 770 degrees Celsius, but...
And let it cool slowly to room temperature in still air. This relieves stress in the metal.
Oh no.
That doesn't look fucking anything like a cherry. Yeah, not exactly the same thing, is it?
It looks like... Ah, crap. What do you call it in English? Bro. I have no... Bro, I don't even know what it's called in German. We have, like, in our bathroom at home, we have, like, this shape, and you hang it... You hang... Brother! You hang that shit close to the door, and then there's other... Bro! You can hang your bath towels and stuff like that, and it's position... You hang it with that top here. But bro, what is wrong with me? It looks like something you can hang in your bathroom, and you get your towels on there. I have no idea what the term is. Not even in German right now. What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah, not exactly the same thing, is it? Does that look like a cherry?
No.
Yeah. Then cooled to room temperature. This reduces the pressure on the steel. So we gotta cool it. I hope it doesn't mind if we, Hey, there's still enough room for my hand. We've got our square, we've got our black
That
hole,
looks so
we have
impractical.
our rough edges. The real question is, what the fuck are we doing from here? Steaming! Oh! The head is heated to a moderate temperature until it turns black, then immediately immersed in a hot oil, e.g. vegetable oil.
In hot
the
oil?
hardness of the grinding is tested. Since the metal is flat against the wood surface, it will be harder. Yeah, okay, that was a lot. That was a lot.
This is like the...
Water, hot.
This is like the AliExpress translations. You look at the product on their page, and this is like the level of translation you will be getting here.
I think it's safe to assume that we are quenching the blade right now. We need oil, not just any oil, vegetable oil that is hot. So peanut is not a vegetable.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it probably won't hurt it, right? It looks like somebody came in my oil. So we gotta heat this up.
That's not a good idea.
Why am I blowtorching?
Really?
You can get the oil hot right here. Hot oil and steam. Hot oil and water is a good combo.
Mm-hmm.
Take the, oh, it is hot. Yeah, no, it's hot. That's probably moderately hot. You know what they say? They say water and oil is a great combination. So what you want to do with your blade right after you get it really wet is put it in some hot oil. That's good enough.
Hardening. Quenching.
Okay.
Reheat the blade to the critical temperature until cherry red. Then quickly quench it in a suitable oil, like pre-warmed canola oil. Test with a file. If it skates off the edge, the blade is hard.
Then it said we have to test its hardness. It has to be laid flat on wood. Yep, it's still soft. But it's harder because it's on wood. Oh, what the fuck am I doing?
What?
All right, we finished steaming. Now, as if we haven't added heat 3 separate times, that's the next stage. Heat. At this stage, the wooden shelves are hard and can be damaged by bending. Heat the baking sheet
The
in a
wooden
preheated
shelves?
oven, 175 to 200 degrees Celsius, depending on the type of
Whoa. Heat the baking sheet in a preheated oven. Why did this turn into a recipe all of a sudden? What?
For 2 hours. Repeat this process twice.
Repeat this process twice. Wait. So a total of 3 times, right? You're doing it 1 time, then you're repeating it the one time, and then repeating it the second time. Does it mean 3 times? Where did that mean you're putting it into the oven for 6 hours in total? Damn, that's electricity you're wasting.
Will make the paper soft and crispy. Paper?
Soft and crispy.
What does that mean? What do you mean the wooden shelves are hard?
That's
wooden shelf?
that's such a contradiction. Soft and crispy.
The only paper we have is this paper. What other paper are we talking about here? Do I go put this in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius? That's hot, dude. 200 degrees Celsius.
It's gonna burn.
Tempering. The blade is not hard and brittle. Place it in a preheated oven at a lower temperature around 175 to 200 degrees Celsius, depending on the steel type, for 2 hours twice. This reduces brittleness and adds toughness.
Let me know when that starts smoking. Next step. Storage. When the edges are dry, sand them. I think we're talking about this because we just steamed it, right? Start with fine sandpaper and increase the grit until you reach the desired grit. So usually you start coarse with sandpaper.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I'm really not gifted with anything revolving the tools you see in the background. But even back in school when we were doing stuff like that, I do remember from that, but you normally start with the lower grid. I think that's what it's called, and then you go step by step to the finer one. But Google Translate obviously knows better than us, so
remove any loose dirt before sanding with a hand eraser.
What?
Okay, let me just decipher this. Eraser, getting all the dirt off. Now, 220 grit.
Final grinding and sanding. After tempering, use sandpaper, starting with lower grits and moving towards finer grits to achieve the desired finish on the blade. Clean the blade with alcohol before adding acid.
Starting with lower and moving to finer grit. See, it's correct. Why did they get it the opposite way?
Treatments.
Oh, dude, this is great. This means that I can hold on to it now. Actually kind of smart. Now it's not as rough on my hand. It's got the grippy texture because the edges are all rough, but it won't cut my hand. Because we just, it's heavy.
The thread from Google Translate.
Insert a pin into the hole in the bottom of the lid, then close it tightly. Let the epoxy dry at least 24 hours. So we have a hole, so that works. Insert a pin
that we
into
painted
the hole
black.
in the bottom of the lid. The lid meaning the square. This makes sense. I'm translating.
Okay.
We have a rivet. Then close it tightly. So
How?
I think that's closing it tightly. Right, so it could only be talking about rivets. The rivet wasn't big enough. Whoops. So am I supposed to epoxy this in here?
Attach the handle. Shape your handle scales roughly, then use a quality silicure epoxy to glue the scales onto the knife tang, inserting the pins. Clamp the assembly tightly and let the epoxy cure completely, usually 24 hours.
What was the point?
Man.
Wait, it's not burned yet?
Our paper is looking very, very crispy. Look at
It looks like baking paper now.
It smells pretty crispy too. Okay. They were flattened.
But remember, we have multiple sessions of 2 hours.
What was flattened with my hands? What does that mean? There. Ow.
They were
There's
flattened.
glue on my hand now. Are you happy? Once the epoxy is dried, use a sander or file to file the screw into place. Sand the surface well and protect the wood with sealant like True Oil.
What are we doing here?
Well and protect the wood.
So just to recap for a second. We drilled a hole into our sword, and then we filled it back up again. Why? We don't know.
There's no wood on this! That's the first mention of wood. I don't have any wood to protect with True Oil.
Shape the handle. Once the epoxy is cured, use a belt grinder or file to shape the handle to your personal liking and comfort. Sand the handle up to a high grit until smooth and apply a finish like True Oil to protect the wood.
You happy? Light sander. Light sander. The final step is to apply with a knife, spatula, or wet towel. Apply
What?
To a job? Oh, no. Light sander. To apply the light sander.
I like the wet
Sharpen the
towel.
blade.
Let's go with that
Final
one.
step is to sharpen the edge using a whetstone sharpening system or wet dry sharpener. Drop the blade to achieve a razor sharp edge.
What the f...
We need a wet towel too.
See?
Yeah. I want to make sure we get all of it.
That is gonna make one fine
That was
sword.
the last step. I don't know what we've made today. This might be the stupidest thing I've ever made. It's not even close. Dennis, can you please tell me what I've just created?
It represents
No.
the turbulation of man. Ancient texts. Understand his fellow man.
I mean, that is truly beautiful. But what I mean is, what was I supposed to be making today?
Simple knife.
A simple knife. This is supposed to be, I mean, okay, wait. It got a lot of the things right. So the quenching, the stuff.
Yeah, I got the quenching right.
It had some steps. But how did it turn into a sword?
Are you proud of this?
No, I'm not proud of this.
I don't know.
This was such a phenomenal waste of time. That was so idiotic. For now, I think we should probably test our simple knife.
Oh, yeah.
The normal knife gauntlet. How sharp is it? Oh!
Ooh, that worked.
You could do that. I mean, you definitely wouldn't.
You can
wanna get
definitely
stabbed
impale
with that.
someone. Well, that maybe cut through, but
That hurts so bad.
well, it does some damage. But it's more like a very thin club. Well. He looks so defeated, the poor guy. Oh boy. Damn, there's another one here. Build a bike out of Home Depot supplies. Ooh, that looks interesting as well. I like watching stuff like that on YouTube or on the TV. Actually, who am I kidding? I don't watch TV. Who the hell watches TV in 2026? You know what I mean. But actually doing stuff like that myself, absolutely not. Absolutely. I think I'd rather shoot myself than be forced to do stuff like that. I am not gifted with that. I also don't enjoy doing it myself. But watching is a different thing. Okay. That was a good video from him. Like I mentioned before, make sure you subscribe to him if you enjoyed this video. If there are other videos like that, or maybe from him that you guys know and want me to watch, let me know in the comments. You can also post your requests in my Discord. And I hope you guys will have a great day. Thank you for watching. Check out his channel. Until next time, take care. Bye.